What's up, everybody? Here we are, ready to go with Penumbra Black Plague. Let's just go ahead and launch. There are things I need of you, things you may not understand, and may not wish to do, but please do not make the same mistakes I did. My father, Howard, sent me a letter last year that led me into all this. To think that such a small event can change your life in such a violent way. Fictional games. Paradox Interactive. Penumbra Black Plague. I have not tweaked the options on this yet, so let me bear with me as I do that. Alright, that's all fine. The game must be restarted for the settings to take effect. Well, darn. That's so it goes. Let's crank the res. Alright, we have to restart the game for the settings to take effect, so let's go ahead and do that. Sorry, I should have I should have had the presence of mind to tweak settings beforehand, but the game screen is off center. Yeah, I know, Alex. That's a resolution problem that I'm going to fix, and it should be fixed as soon as I restart. I'll double check. Of course, I'll double check before I start playing. So let me look here. Yeah, it I'm looking at OBS now, and it looks like the problem is fixed. So I'm hopeful that that's the case. The stream's a little bit behind, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, there we go. We're all set. Let's roll right into Black Plague. New game. Do you want to play the tutorial before starting a new game? Well, hell, why not? Let's play the tutorial. Even though we just finished episode 1, let's do it anyway. Maybe there's something interesting here. Welcome to the Penumbra Black Plague tutorial. Here you will learn the skills needed to survive the ominous world of Penumbra Black Plague. Let's start with the basics. You can move around by pressing W, S, A, and D. You can also look around and turn by moving your mouse. Whoa. If you need to move faster, you can hold down left shift to run instead of walking. Well, hot damn. Let's try something else. See that crate over there? Use the space button to jump on top of it. Well, alright. Sorry, I have to check emails. You know, I have to respond within 15 minutes if my bosses email me. But it's not my bosses, so we're good. There's actually something else, so I apologize. Just give me 1 second. Alright, let's go jump on top of the crate, like the game said. What up? Now you know how to jump. Let us move on to the next lesson. Alright. These are pretty basic fucking lessons, but alright. For starters, we are going to try out some basic object interaction. Walk up to that box and pick it up by using left mouse. Behind you is a coffin. Try to open the lid on the coffin just as you would if you were to pick it up. I don't see a coffin, I see a chest. You have a strange definition of coffin, guys. Now fetch the box and put it in the coffin to complete this lesson. On what planet is that a coffin? For more control, you can hold down C and drag the mouse to rotate the object. You can also use the mouse wheel to bring an object closer or further away from the screen. Nicely done. Notice the crate behind the coffin. It is a bit bigger than the box you just picked up, so you cannot carry it around. Instead, you need to drag it by grabbing and moving. Alright, so if I hold C, I can just rotate it. That's pretty cool. Drag the crate to the red mark behind you. Oh, and yes, the mouse wheel moves it toward me or away from me. That's pretty fucking neat, boys. Drag it to the bloodstain. Where is that shit? Bam. Let's move on to your inventory. Sure, why not? Pick up the 2 bottles on the shelf using left mouse. Some sort of chemical. Chemical A. Chemical B. Good work. Let's try to combine these items. Now you've combined 2 chemicals, creating a new one. Double-click on the mixture and use it on the shelf. A mixture of 2 unknown compounds. Finally, you will learn how to sneak. This is an essential skill since you very seldom have any way of attacking hostile creatures. Start by crouching, which is done by pressing left control. This actually was a waste of time. It's not like Thief's tutorial. Move out of the light while crouching until you see a blue glow appear on the screen. This means that you are concealed by the darkness. If you stay perfectly still for a few seconds with a blue glow on screen, you will go into hiding. While hiding, your eyes will adapt to the darkness, providing better vision and making it even harder for enemies to spot you. Beware though, staring at an enemy for too long while hiding might make you panic a bit. That concludes the tutorial. Hope you will have a great time playing Penumbra Black Plague. I'm sure we all will. New game! Come on. Easy for players who are bad at action games. Normal, recommended, suits most players. Hard for players wanting a real challenge. Fucking duh.
Without this knowledge,
Who am I?
without this foundation, you could not have the will to do what I must now ask of you. I followed my father to the Greenland wastes to uncover his secrets. You had to know how far I was willing to go. I found a disused mining shaft and took shelter from the storm. You had to know how desperate I was. I was plagued by doubts, fears, and mysteries, and aided by a madman, Red. You had to know how lonely I was. I incinerated my best friend. Red told me he wanted to die. You had to know how guilty I felt. I ventured boldly onwards, and was struck down by my own heroics. You had to know how stupid I was. All of these things, so human, so perfect, and yet still I failed to do what I must now ask of you.
The voice actor for Philip changed. I kind of liked the first one better, to be honest. We're loading. I guess we're waking up after being knocked out. Let me, now that we're actually rolling, let me check in with OBS and make sure that everything's working. Yes, it is. That's excellent. Let me check in with chat. Your About section still has Morrowind as your current project. Oh, oops, yeah. I haven't updated that. I'll when we're done streaming today, I'll make sure to change that to I put my main project on there, so I'll put Fallout. Thanks for catching that, Nyron. I appreciate it. Looks full screen. This is actually a good tutorial. Baby coffin. Cool coffin. You see, it's a coffin for deceased boxes. R.I.P. box. All right. Yeah. Let's jump right in. Let's have a look-see. Here we are after being knocked out. Various paper clippings, a recipe for French toast, some sort of article covering a carnival in Reno, and what I think is the stock market review from 1989. Alright, everybody, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I need to do two things. One is answer the call of nature, the second is get a brewski. And now those two things are done. We are 2 bottles of champagne in on the day, and we are drinking Tripel by New Belgium Brewery. This is the same combo that was active during Doki Doki Literature Club, but to be fair, I don't think I'm nearly as emotionally affected by this game, so I should be able to keep it together quite a bit better than I did then, for those of you who saw that shit show. Anyway, let's look around our cell. Dead cold, and I don't think this place is going to get any warmer. Being passed out on that thing was bad enough. I'm not about to go back for seconds. Empty. Empty. An old coin. Not sure what country it's from. An office desk, but from the looks of it, someone has been using it as a workbench. A vise in working condition, ready to squeeze anything or anyone. I'm sure we can manipulate the vise. I'll wager we probably need to later on. That one won't open. Ah, the glow stick! A little ghoulish, but should be a decent fallback if the torch cuts out. A glow stick should be useful. As in Overture, this is a better light source than the flashlight anyway. Up here, a very short note from a past inhabitant of my prison. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily our own. Get out, now. Oh. Well, okay, I mean, I'll do my best. Hello. A ventilation cover. Damn, these screws are tight. I need some sort of tool to get this open. Can we turn the screws with the coin? I'm so close. The coin is just a little bit too thick to work as a makeshift screwdriver. Close to freezing cold. It's locked. I'm held captive in a cell. Must find a way out of here soon. Directions and guidelines for emergencies. Not much use now. Oh, gee, I wonder if that's what the device is for. Maybe we can flatten the coin a little bit. What you guys think? I can't get it in there. I should make some space so I can use the coin correctly. Alright, well, okay, come on. It's not moving. I can't tell which way is open or closed. Alright, let's try this way first. Alright. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Hope this coin isn't valuable. Flat coin. It's not much, but I guess this hole is my only way out of this hellhole. And onward we go. May 2001. I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, but my head still hurt. Either it hadn't been long, or they hit me really hard. I didn't have a clue what was going on, and all of a sudden I really didn't care. I was getting out. Emails. Sorry. If you'll just give me a moment. Here we go. Oh, I believe that my wife has just gotten home. That means next save point is going to be the end of our streaming for the day. Sorry, everybody. If it's actually true. What is that? That's a good question. Look at that shit. Damn. I might be wrong. If she's not home yet, we can keep streaming. I thought I heard the garage open, but it's possible I'm wrong. Salvation. Salvation? Mine or someone else's? Well, there's progress. Looks like someone intentionally tried to block this way. They did a pretty good job, too. Alright, so there's more vents. A functioning soda machine. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind a drink. A note left behind by the last person to come through here. Escapee note. Well, I guess you got my last note. We're through the thick of it now. If you, like me, have just escaped into the ventilation, we shouldn't be far from the stronghold set up in the mess hall. Should be safe there. I've been marking my route. If you follow that, you should be fine. Almost home and dry now. I heard Howard's been working on a cure. Maybe we can beat this thing after all. Maybe when I get back, we'll be able to sort everything out. And by the time you make it through, you'll be just in time for tea and medals. Maybe even some hot chocolate. How about that? I can't wait. I love hot chocolate. Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. P.S. Careful of the mess hall security. I designed it myself. It's sensitive to organic material. Alright, and we've got some fully charged batteries right here. We don't even have our flashlight yet, but that's alright. Oh, one fully charged batteries. It's a flare. Could be a handy light source. Bam! It's a can of soda. Not my favorite flavor, but sweet enough. Still ice cold. Soda can. Alright, whatevs. Alright, let's look at the rest of this area. Looks like someone intentionally tried to block this way. They did a pretty good job, too. Right. Well, I guess we just need to continue through the vents now. Collapsed. Collapsed, not too specific. We still got that whispering going on. Sorry. Excuse me. It's blocked. Watch your steps. Sound advice? I think I should take it. Alright, let's go to collapsed first, because that sounds like a route we can't take anyway. It's blocked up. Sure enough, but we do have 2 batteries now. False alarm on ending the stream. My wife's not home yet. So I can keep talking as loudly as I want, which is critical to this type of shit. So, you see how this floor looks kind of shitty? Let's get us... Let's shore this shit up just a little bit. Let's make sure we walk on our plank here. Hey, there we go. That shit works. I think that stuff might be cold enough to kill me. I've jotted down a note just in case. And extremely cold airflow is blocking the passage in the ventilation system. I reckon we should go to the freezer then. What do y'all think? I haven't checked in with chat in a bit. I try to do it like when I hit a checkpoint or a save point so that I don't feel quite as sketchy about alt-tabbing, but whatever, let's look at chat. That French toast is some real good stuff for it to be pinned on a wall. A workbench. Bloody Minecraft Let's Player was in this room. Some Joe Pesci shit you gonna do to that coin. Oh no, wife is home. Hide alcohol. Could be a spooky ghost. Even horror pro tags needs a nice cold Coke to get through the blood and guts. LOL. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not even blood and guts that bothers me. I need brewskis just to get through existence. But I say that. I actually feel. Uh-oh. That is one door that I don't mind being locked. Yeah, no shit. That sounded like some kind of fucking Walking Dead zombie. And it was fast. It's locked, thankfully. What the fuck is this? Blue ass shit. The stench in here is unreal. That's what it says about all three of them. Alright, well. Look! Heinz. Tomato ketchup. A thermostat controlling the amount of coolant running through these pipes. Alright, I fully admit... Oh, good thing they left this behind when they searched me, my notebook. I fully admit I'm fucking cheating, but... The cold can is dropping the thermostat right down. The temperature seemed to have dropped. Using the soda can did have some effect on it. So what that does is it cuts off like the coolant flow in here. So we can move on to the next section. Whatever this thing does.
Vito is waiting for you in the mess hall with insert today's specials here. A happy worker is an efficient worker, and only efficient workers will be fed.
Whatever this thing does, it looks as if it'll trigger if I try to pass. That could be me if I don't get out of here soon. The name tag says Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. Bro, I'm amazed you can read that from our current vantage point. A report detailing infection symptoms. Patient notes Darren Gray, medical report. Sex male, age 32. Jesus, that's exactly fucking me. Nationality Australia. Okay, whew. I'm not Australian. Role excavation team. First symptoms. Patient reported mild disorientation and was asked to lie down. Mild sedatives administered. Hour 3. Patient develops a rash on his neck. Possible infection entry point. Hour 4. 2 out of 3 full symptoms manifested. Deja vu. Patient reports that he has already undergone standard tests when I am the only one who could have administered them. Paranoia. Said testing is abhorrent to the patient. I have no doubt that the third okay, that's a real typo. I'm not drunk. I have no doubt that the third symptom, oral distortion, will take hold within the next 30 minutes. Abnormal noises, even disembodied voices and alternate personalities are commonly reported in other infected staff. Hour 6. Patient secured as per archaic standard. As per archaic standard procedure. Bolted the bastard down myself. We can't protect ourselves from infection, but we can take precautions with the infected. Hour 7. Patient pronounced expired by common consent of all those present. Expiration was caused by an overdose of insulin. I administered the dose myself at 6:12. Death did not occur for a further 13 minutes, 3 times the expected figure. I wonder to what extent Gray could still be considered a man. Shit's getting weird, y'all. Alright, so we got some standard bullshittery physics puzzle here. We've got to... Did y'all hear that? That whisper very clearly said, help me. Gotta jump over the lasers, which we managed. Oh, goddamn. I did not move my mouse. I was yanked to the door involuntarily, FYI. The device is linked with the door. It must be some sort of lock. What's this? There is a pin-sized hole at the center of the device, and the display reads, only trusted blood will get through. Sure enough, it actually reads that. Poker tour Friday night. Be there. A message board full of scratch marks. Today's keep the unpure out. A food menu, not used for food anymore. You can just see that lunch has been like quasi-erased. So let's start moving this shit since we can't get in there yet. We haven't had a save point since we started Black Plague, but nonetheless, I feel like now would be an excellent time to check in with the chat. How's that cheating? It's not. I think it's one of those puzzles that are, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? I used the mattress to block the steam my first playthrough. Well, yeah, but we all did that 1 hour testing. You're so drunk, welcome to our party. That's me on mornings. Well, me on mornings without my coffee, even though I don't like coffee. Naira and I do like coffee. I drink it black. I drink about 6 or 7 mugs every day at the office when I'm doing my day job as a lawyer. But, like seriously, how the fuck are you supposed to figure out that stupid soda can thing? It's almost like a fucking LucasArts adventure game. It's like you can't solve it without a guide. Anyway, let's go on through the door, and I believe we're about to get to the first point where we have to sneak around some shit. But the infected in Black Plague are a lot like the dogs in Overture. I mean, of course we can't kill them, it is what it is, but I strongly suspect the best answer may just be to fucking sprint when we are trying to deal with one, just like it was in Overture. Let's go into the one open room. Oh, there's a save point here! Can't say for sure. Some sort of safety instructions. I'm pushing left control. I'd like you to stand. It is an old cassette player and recorder with a mic. What's in the drawer? Nothing. More boxes. Well, that's fucking descriptive. A bottle of medicinal alcohol. All alcohol is medicinal. It solves problems. Alright, let's look here. There's a save point. It's an old artifact. I mean, we'll save when we're ready to leave this area. I was wrong. This must not be a hub if there's a save point. It's a flare. Could be a handy light source. It has the name Elof written on it. Cassette. Batteries! Oh my god, Ermagerd, we still don't have the torch. However, will we survive without the fucking flashlight? Let's use the cassette on the player. I put the cassette into the player.
My name, Elof Carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C. Imprisoned. Observing the Turngat movement, I predict that it will be my cell they visit next. To my knowledge, I am the last remaining member of the Elevated at this facility, and so it falls upon me to ensure that Xeno protocol is not compromised. For that reason, I record here the only way I have discovered to neutralize the viral flow. The species... No, please!
Okay. Well, let's think back to Overture. You remember how the Turngate, well, he pronounced it Turngot, so maybe it is Turngot, I don't know. I'm going to say turn gate because I'm an American and fuck it, I will say it how it looks to me. But the the turn gate apparently in their like demons in Inuit religious tradition. But now he's talking about the turn gate as if it's a virus that actually exists and does physical shit to people and is like a discrete species that apparently murdered the fuck out of him when he started trying to record what its weakness is. Yeah, that word turn gate, that's important because that was in Overture. Let's move along. Well, I'll go ahead and save. I want to make sure I come back and save whenever I'm actually done in this area. These things are everywhere. There's still a part of me that's in there, something that's drawing me in. Alright, let's see what else we got. It's locked. I need to find a way to get into these locked rooms. The entrance to the mess hall was locked with a strange device. Ooh, look, a blood trail. Delightful. I bet there's some useful stuff in there. Damn that lock. We don't need the glow stick right now. This area is pretty well lit. I think it's some sort of fuse box. It must control the electrics in this section of the facility. And we've got an exit. Let's not quite do that yet. Locked. No way I'll be able to pry this one open with my bare hands. Well, that's a clue if ever I've heard one. Bash it! My boy! Yeah, bash it. Alright, we fucking bashed it. Oh, I guess we're good now. Okay. Let's have a look-see. Oh, look, it's our cell. This is the room where we started. Okay, that's sensible. Let's check the other door. With the fucking blood stain. Just empty boxes. Some empty boxes. Painkillers. A filthy syringe. I reckon it's past its use-by date. What the hell was that? Where can I hide? Hell no. Let's save, and let's go back the way we came. I may never get used to that. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. All right. Well, we've saved, and we just got like the progress marker, which I think might be a checkpoint. I'm not entirely sure. Let's check in with chat. Coffee is the best thing ever in morning or when you wake up. I don't stop, Lethal, I don't stop drinking coffee until about 6 hours before bedtime. I just slam caffeine all fucking day until then. Alex, I saw a video where if you hit a zombie enough times with a box, like a ton of times, they die. Not really efficient, nope. Medicinal alcohol, that means it's the real strong stuff. Can you drink it? Drink the enemy away, become so drunk they think you're one of them. I think that's a great strategy, Nyron. Oh no, his Wilkins is tangling out. Has he no shame? Nude horror. True story. True fucking story. Alright, well, let's roll. So we got... Can I shut this shit off? I'd better be careful. I bet those explosives will go off if I cross that beam. Whatever this thing does, it looks as if it'll trigger if I try to pass. I used the alcohol to clean and sterilize the syringe from all the old dry blood. Hey, there we go. Clean syringe, clean and sterilized by the alcohol. Let's get some pure blood. I don't want to mess around with the beams, it might set off the explosives. Well, how the fuck do I shut off the beams? Let's get some of that pure blood. There, I filled the syringe with blood from the corpse. Well, isn't that special? Jesus, oh, no, don't do that. Get upright. Which button was it? C. Hold C to just rotate. Alright, I'm gonna need you to rotate on the other axis, please. Is that so fucking much? No, don't you trigger those explosives. Alright, let's try the other barrel. Fuck it. Bam! There we go. Only trusted blood will get through. Well, let's give it some trusted blood. You can now enter the safe area. If this stronghold was anything like as elaborate as its security, grammar fail, I was in for an experience. I didn't know what to expect, but I was getting used to that. Alright, looks like we're in the mess hall. It won't open again. Point of no return. A CD labeled Welcome Briefing. Welcome to the shelter. That light, it doesn't seem natural. Okay. Another fuse box. This one seems to be broken. I believe that's the master switch for the power. A note left behind by the last people to come through here. Survivor's note. Too late. You're too late. Sorry. We packed up and left today. It's been 6 months since we established this stronghold, and a year since we released the Turngate virus. Clearly there's no one coming to rescue us. We took a vote and decided to head for the old mine shafts this installation was built over. Right towards the start of the Troubles, one of the scientists got out that way. We haven't heard back from him, but you never know. The vote was 8-3 in favor. Anyone returning to this point, I suggest you do the same. There couldn't be more than a few survivors out there even now, and more of our number are disappearing, losing it, or getting infected. You can make it out via the sewers, then into the shafts. Eventually, we'll all have to find a way up and through the ice. We may yet die of cold, but it's better than what happened to Gray. The only person that may still be out there is Howard, our father. Kind of our leader, he left base a few weeks ago, and that's part of what's led us to this. He'd converted the kitchen into an office and was translating some old texts when he claimed to have found a way to counteract the disease. I guess he didn't make it. Amabel Carlito, sous chef. Sorry, I have to check my phone again. Just give me a second. Alright. Alright, well, let's have a look-see. It sure is locked tight. Apparently this door is controlled from a remote location. However, it says here that it does open in the event of an emergency. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we should try the only other door. A barrel. From the smell of it, I'd say the crap inside is drenched with gasoline. Drainage of sorts. Painkillers! Yay! If we get hurt, which, I don't know, it's like, it's so rare to get hurt and survive, and then when you do, you regenerate health anyway. It's like the healing items are totally fucking pointless, but, you know, whatever. I ain't gonna judge, Frictional. I like your games. I have a lot of fun playing them. Get them boxes off the shelf. Well, maybe we can't get them off, but we got some batteries! Alright, this is some more shit I have no idea how you'd figure out without cheating. Drag the barrel to the fuse box and hit the switch to set it on fire. Okay. Drag the barrel under a sprinkler to set the fire alarm off and open the locked door. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you really absolutely gave me enough clues to figure that out without cheating. Yeah, totally. We got some wait, what's a mystery orts? Tasty flakes. They're yummy. I bet they are, dude. Alright, we got an exit to the left. I'm not quite ready to exit yet. It won't open. No visible lock. Access is probably controlled elsewhere. Alright. We got a door to the right. Won't fucking open. Let's roll to the next room. We got a kitchen. An unpleasant odor is coming from the drain. Well, there's a trash can. That's even better. More batteries! Yay! Nothing there. It's a broken fridge. These people are like Edward Norton in Fight Club. A refrigerator full of condiments with no food. Filthy with grease from years of abuse. More Tasty Flakes! I want to know what the Tasty Flakes taste like, goddammit. The fuck is this? I'm not sure what this is. Some kind of weird statue. It almost looks like a collector's item. Pick it up, bruh. Strange artifact. Filthy with grease from years of abuse. Yeah, okay. Yeah, judge them, why don't you, you douche canoe. Check in with chat. It's been a little while. You could probably crawl under that in real life, do some limbo. Have you played We Were Here? People say it's good. Nyron, yeah, I mean, creating the emergency makes sense, I guess, but I don't, maybe if I had had the curiosity to throw the lever despite the fuse box being broken, I would have seen the sparks and been like, oh, I can start a fire. And then if I had looked at the ceiling, I would have known the sprinklers and said, oh, there's an emergency. Actually, you know, now that I even say that, I realize it actually does kind of make sense. There's a decent chain of logic with that particular puzzle. Well, alright, we got us a strange artifact. I'm sure it's gonna come in handy someday. What might be through this door? A save point, among other things. Documents and articles, mostly to do with ancient languages and translations. Okay. Blank projector. There's a slide in the projector. Oh my god, what's the slide, yo? A timeline of events. I copied the slide from the projector into my notebook. Yeah, but let's read it on the projector. Let's be immersed. 1910, Northwestern lead mine opened. 17th August 1930. University of Copenhagen research suggests high local suicide rates may be due to chemical deposits in the mine. We found that newspaper clipping in episode 1 of Overture, if you remember. 3rd September 1939, World War II breaks out. 1st September 1939, part of lead mine converted into British command bunker. 14th August 1945, World War II ends. So the initial area of the mine in Overture was that British command bunker. Remember, there was a lot of talk about the war and the soldiers and whatnot. 15th August 1945. Commanding officer files report on ancient artifact discovered during routine maintenance. 1952, Northwestern lead mine shut down. 1954, new lead and iron operations opened on site of old mine. 1969, malformed local fauna prompts assignment of Dr. J. Peters to the iron mine. 1970, Dr. Peters discovers abnormally large species of gray rockworm. 24th December 1970, mine worker Tom Redwood goes missing. Our bro Red. 21st August 1972, accident involving a large-scale something. God damn it. Let's just go to our notes. Immersion is overrated. Timeline. Accident involving large-scale deaths causes the entire mining operation to be shut down. Many bodies are never recovered. 19th January 1973. Archaic becomes aware of events in Greenland. 1st April 1973. Construction begins on Shelter Research Station on site of abandoned Northwestern iron mine. 1975. Shelter construction complete. Key members include Overseer Bren Stafferson, chemist Troy Retinesque, and translator Howard Lefresque. Howard must be our father. 1990. Shelter operations expand to secondary excavation sites, including Site B Water Cave. 12th September 1991. Troy Retinesque replaced by Neil Oswald as attending chemist at Site B. 6th January 1992. Substance 63 and Artifact 66B discovered at Site B. That was the excavation we found in Overture, if you were paying attention to the notes. 20th February 1992. Site B closed due to hostile local fauna. Dogs, I guess. 3rd March 2000. Primary excavation uncovers Turngate Tomb. Excavation continued despite protests from Howard Lefresque. 27th April 2000. Investigation of Turngate Tomb scheduled by Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. And that's the last entry. Well, I suppose we can make some assumptions about what happened, can't we? Let's check these drawers. We got more batteries. We don't even actually have the flashlight. Oh, I was about to say we don't even actually have the flashlight yet, but there it is. This should be a good help in darker areas. Flashlight. But the funny thing is, I think the glow stick is actually a better light anyway. They fucked up their engine. The glow stick definitely works better. We have a computer terminal. The Shelter. CD-ROM drive. No CD found in drive. Okay, we've got a CD. So let's pop it in. A CD labeled Welcome Briefing. The CD slid in perfectly. I should be able to read it now. The Shelter. Alright, let's look at our CD.
Welcome to Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Shelter is an almost entirely self-sufficient installation, built in the 70s to further serve the purposes of the archaic elevated caste in their pursuit and defense of ancient knowledge. As a new member of the facility, there are some basic rules you should be aware of in order to be useful to the Archaic. Shelter provides living facilities, including a mess hall, gymnasium, and medical bay, in addition to the stipulated array of laboratories, chemical and biological, workstations, excavation equipment, and security. Please use the former at your leisure, but expect to be assigned to the latter with a moment's notice. Second, due to the nature of our work here, should you feel in any way ill, lightheaded, or otherwise mentally incapacitated, do not report to the medical facility. Fasten yourself securely to whatever solid object may be available, attempt to seal all connecting doors, and await retrieval by our trained professionals. In a worst-case scenario, be prepared to swallow your personal cyanide capsule, which will be issued after this briefing. The Archaic hates to lose its treasured staff, but it may be for the good of the operation.
Jesus Christ, Marie.
We know you will enjoy your work with us.
Holy shit, boys. Alright. Password changes.txt. Important update. The following password changes have been made since the printing of your personal guide. Door number 456, 4167. Door number 332, 3345. Door number 236, 1167. Door number 126, 1123. I sure as fuck hope Philip writes this down in his notebook, because I'm not going to fucking remember. As always, the above information is strictly confidential and is not to be spread to other members. Good! I copied the contents of the note to my notebook. There you go, boy. Introduction.txt. Alright, this is the same thing she just said to us. I copied the contents of the note to my notebook. Goody. Let's look at research.txt. Howard's research. My research has uncovered something fascinating. Time and time again I warned Overseer Frisk I needed time to perform a full textual analysis before my translation could be considered complete. He went ahead with the excavation anyway, and now he's paid the price. This facility's security level is high enough that no trace of it exists beyond the confines of these walls. Not even the Archaic Central Cast have records of its location. In fact, the only link to this place in the outside world is the notes I left behind many years ago, the notes Philip found in his deposit box. However, since the virus was released over 1 year ago, no rescue attempts have been made. Not one person has tried to enter the facility. Just before the virus was released, I sent a message out to someone I could trust. I can only assume that my son Philip has received the note and done as I asked. Oh no. No matter what happens down here, at least I can rest easy in knowing no trace remains of this place, that these secrets will stay buried here. So if you think back to the intro cinematic of Overture, what Howard asked us to do was destroy his notes and forget he ever existed. Instead, of course, we came to the coordinates. I've learned over the years never to put too much weight on any one discovery, but the information I now hold is vital, not just to our survival, but to the future of our species. First thing in the morning, I intend to call on volunteers to set out into the infected area of the shelter. No one will come, but I shall ask all the same. I'll make a move for the library research station first, then it's all unknown variables. After that, I shall simply have to put my faith in this discovery. If I am wrong about this, I will barely make it through residential. To think I left my family for this place, for this organization. Which is more horrible, that I have sacrificed something so dear, or that I do not regret it for a second? Howard Lafresque, Chief Translator. I copied the contents of the note to my notebook. Alright, good. Let's use doorlocks.exe. Most of them are already open. Number 236 is locked. I'm cheating right now. If we exited the PC and looked at our notebook, we would be able to corroborate. Well, actually, we don't even have to exit. 236. It's 1167. Yeah, we don't have to exit. We don't even have to cheat. 236 is 1167. Door unlocked. Yay, all the doors are unlocked. Okay. The shelter. Howard, my father, he might still be alive after all. Well, let's have a peek out here. I believe this one's open now. We've got a single flare. We got a box. And we can take a ladder down into the sewers, but before we do that, there are two things I have to do. The first is save the game. There's something reassuring about that feeling, like I've got one less thing to worry about. And the second, unfortunately, is to end the stream. Tiffany actually did just get home, and I don't care to continue booming my loud voice through the house when she's here. I know it bothers her, and I try to be considerate, so the stream is just about over. Let me take one last peek at the chat before I cut off the stream, even though I just ended the game. I'm going to be playing some Rising Storm Vietnam, so I'll be on my phone, but probably won't be saying much. Typical things for zombie survival. It's 2:17 a.m. here. I think I'll go to sleep and watch Wet Rest tomorrow. Good night, all. Good to have you streaming, Travis. Well, Lethal, thank you for sticking with me until 2:17. That's pretty fucking baller, dude. I shouldn't assume you're a dude. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. It's great of you to stick with me as long as you have. Person named on YouTube, The Lethal Symphony. Anyway, thank you all so much. I'm going to stop the stream here.